If you're a first year student, hear me out. The biggest mistake I made almost costed me my grades, my peace, and my faith. And that was time management. Even though I can't say that I'm the best at time management, I can say with all the confidence I have in my little body that I am better than my first year self, because I've learned some tips and tricks that actually helped me with time management. Before getting into all of that, my first year self always thought that I had all the time in the world. Like, I had time to play soccer, I had time to hang out with friends, I had time to do whatever I wanted. But as soon as all the assignments pile up and that I had to study for an exam, everything would go left. I would be stressed, I would be anxious, and end up not doing all the work. And that's something that all first years, or maybe all university students fall into, thinking that they have lots of time. Yet in actual sense, we don't have all that time. Because once you think you have all the time, then that's when you actually lose all the time you have. So doing that led me to do the worst thing that any university student could ever do, which is pulling off an all-nighter. And if you're like me, all-nighters just don't work for you, because the next day you will feel the worst version of yourself. You'll feel like you've been smacked down by, like, I don't know what, but like thunder or whatever. Like, you'll feel the worst version of yourself. So right now you might think that the only thing I was procrastinating was my studies. But to be honest, it was not only my studies. It was also my relationship with God. Especially if you're a Christian, you know that prioritizing your relationship with God is the most important thing. And that was something I was not taking too seriously because of my own desires of scrolling through TikTok. And I admit it, I was scrolling through TikTok while I was supposed to be reading my Bible, praying. And that's exactly what procrastination does to you. It makes you do things that are not productive, making you think that you're doing the productive thing. And that was something that I was struggling with during that time, because my relationship with God was always important to me, and it is always important to me. And that's when I started feeling distant from God, because when you're not reading your Bible, when you're not praying as often as you used to, you start feeling disconnected from God. You start feeling like there's this gap that's being created between you and your Creator. And that was something that I was battling during that time. But if you're watching this video and you're a Christian and you want to prioritize your relationship with God, I encourage you to literally lock in with God and literally set up a time where you can actually talk to God, you can actually read your Bible and have this communion with your Creator, who is also your Father. So just go up to God and talk to Him like you would talk to your father. So if you're like me and you want to have good grades, have peace, and strengthen your relationship with God, I use this app called To Do by Microsoft. In my first year until now, this app has been really useful to me, because from there, I could be able to write down what I was supposed to do each day and literally tackle them down as the day went on. And as someone who's trying to be productive every day, this app literally helped me to stay productive and tackle down everything I had to do each day. Another app that literally saved my life in my first year until now is Notion. Notion really helped me in tracking down my assignments, my tests, even my exams. This really helped me because instead of actually memorizing the exam dates, the test dates, and all the assignment dates, I literally had Notion to help me keep track of all those. Another thing that actually helped me to be good at time management is actually putting stuff in my to-do list. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it's good to have nothing on your to-do list, but most times it's good to have something on your to-do list because you actually have something to look forward to. For example, in my first year, I would always wake up at 7 a.m. to go to the gym, and that was always something I looked forward to. So it's always the small habits that literally help you with your time management. And something else that I used to do is that I would classify things according to priorities. If something was not as important, I would not classify it as a priority. It would just be something that I would do, like casually, or maybe like when I have free time. But that's it, y'all. Time management was always something that I struggled with in my first year, and until now, I still struggle with it. Sometimes I still don't get things done, but that does not mean that I'm going to fail in life. It simply means that I just need to be more organized. And being organized starts with the small habits that you already have in place and organizing them according to your priorities and seeing what methods work for you the best. So something I would request of you is to not worry and find a system that actually works for you. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.